Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here, coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter, and today I figured I'd give you guys a news recap of all the things we learned during yesterday's Capcom E3 Showcase. Now naturally I'm going to be focusing exclusively on the Monster Hunter news because that is what we focus on here on the channel. And starting us off, I have what I would consider to be the most important thing that came out of that showcase, and that is the fact that on the 25th of June, we're going to be getting a demo for Monster Hunter Stories 2. Now, this is important for a couple of reasons. Naturally, there's a lot of people that never got to play Stories 1, and so you may not entirely be aware of what you are getting yourself into. So this gives you a chance to actually try the game out ahead of its release so that you can make a decision as to whether or not Monster Hunter Stories 2 is going to be a game that you are interested in. So that in and of itself is a pretty good thing. Then we also have the fact that this demo is going to bring to us the first couple of hours, according to their description. So it is going to be a chunky demo. It is going to give you a couple of hours at least of entertainment, and then on top of it, the save file from the demo is going to carry over to the final product, so you're not necessarily wasting time if you want to play a little bit more of this demo and you're like, oh, I want to optimize this Monstie a little bit, I want to see what is over here, what is over there, just explore and whatnot. You're not really wasting your time because all of that progress is going to carry over into the final game, and I think that is going to be really, really cool. Having said that, I would, however, advise you guys, do not just like pour your whole life into playing the demo of the game, because naturally that is going to lead to a little bit of burnout, at least for some people. I mean, I'm not here to teach you guys how to play video games. If you want to go ahead and just like spend 30 hours into the demo, you can go ahead and do that. I mean, I know that I spent like 100 hours plus on the Monster Hunter Rise demo, now that I think about it, but it's different because I'm a content creator. It's different, okay? I don't have a problem, you have a problem, okay? It's no. In all seriousness, all I'm trying to say is that avoid getting burned out on this one demo before you actually get to play the final game. So pace yourself or don't pace yourself, do it however you prefer. Anyway, next I'm going to move us on to some news for Monster Hunter Rise. The first thing that they talked about is Capcom Collab 1. We already knew what this one was going to be, and we were also aware of the fact that this was going to become available during the mid of June. They now put a date on it, which is the 18th of June. We are going to be getting a new event quest, and once you complete that event quest, you're going to get a Palico skin, which is going to be Tsukino from Monster Hunter Stories 2. This is a Palico that is in Monster Hunter Stories 2, so you get a skin for your Palico if you just complete this one event quest. This one's not big news. The only thing that we really got out of that was the date. Then on the 9th of July, which is going to be the release date of Monster Hunter Stories 2, what they're going to be doing is if you have a save data for the retail version of Monster Hunter Stories 2, you're going to be able to claim a new layered armored set for your hunter in Monster Hunter Rise. That is going to be the Rider layered armor set, which basically is going to give you the armor of the protagonist of Monster Hunter Stories 2. As layered, not necessarily like a set of armor, just layered armor for your character, so you can look like your character in Stories 2. Then they talked about Monster Hunter Rise patch 3.1, which will be deployed on the 24th of June, and it is going to bring with it a couple of event quests. They gave us the name of the event quest, and they gave us some of the rewards that we're going to be getting, but they didn't really associate the two, so at this point in time, I don't really have any way of knowing exactly which quest rewards what. Anyway, the event quests are Almudron, Fashion Victim, which has you fighting an Almudron naturally. Then we have Fooled in the Flooded Forest, which is going to have us fighting a Chameleos in the Flooded Forest. Not exactly sure what the rewards for these are. Then we have Rampage, Muddy Gra, which is a rampage around Almudron. Not exactly sure if this is going to be like a souped up Almudron or something like that. Then we have Heart of a Hero, which involves at least you fighting a Diablo and a Tigrex simultaneously at the arena. There might be a third monster to this quest that we are not aware of. And then there is an Icy Blade So Bright, which has you fighting a Gosharag in the Frost Islands. Now, I don't really know if these quests are going to include souped up monsters, if the rewards could potentially bring us, you know, the more rare materials from the monsters. So in the case of Gosharag, maybe we could have a higher chance of getting Bile. I think that would be a cool thing. Maybe in the Almudron quest, we could have a higher chance of getting orbs, but this is all speculation. I don't actually know. I would expect Almudron to bring some kind of like like maybe layered armor. So potentially the black leather legs that they announced later as rewards. But yeah, the rewards are going to be black leather legs, like I just said, play possum gesture, which is just a play dead, the shadow shades, and a festival sticker set. These are some of the rewards that they've shown. I'm not sure if these are all of them. They might not be all of them, so we shall see when the actual events come online on the 24th of June. I just hope that these quests are, you know, they soup up the difficulty a little bit, give us a little bit more of a challenge, and potentially higher drop rate on some of the rare materials of those monsters. I think would be a good thing. But, you know, ultimately, like I've mentioned in the past, I've been a little bit disappointed about the event quests, but, you know, I'm just going to be focusing on talking about the rest of the stuff that they announced. Now, they also showed us some new paid DLC that is going to be coming with version 3.1. They're showing some new masks and robes for our hunters. Actually, I don't know if the mask is the same that they already had in the other DLC. I didn't really check too deeply into that, but they showed our hunters wearing masks and robes. Then there's also going to be robes for your Palico and Palamute. Then there's going to be new outfits for your Kahoot, namely the outfit of a penguin, as well as what looks to be a sailor outfit. There's going to be new hunter voices in the form of Kagero and Rondine, as well as some kind of new dance gesture for your character. Then they showed us a roadmap, which tells us that at the end of July, we're going to be getting version 3.2, which is going to include Capcom Collab 2. This could be any of Capcom's properties. I would assume it's going to be something probably Resident Evil related, maybe Devil May Cry. At this point, considering all the announcements that we've gotten, I'm not sure if a Dragon's Dogma collab would make a lot of sense. So most likely Resident Evil or Devil May Cry. And then at some point during August, we're getting version 3.3, which includes Capcom Collab 3, which is going to bring, I would assume, whichever one we don't get the first time. So like if we get Resident Evil on July, we'll probably get Devil May Cry on August. This is what I would expect given like the trajectory that we've been on with Monster Hunter Rise up until this point. And yeah, this is kind of like the current plan, which pretty much confirms some of the stuff that me and Gaijin have been discussing in the Third Fleet podcast, which is the fact that, you know, they're kind of moving Rise out of the way to give a clear launch window for Monster Hunter Stories 2, for the people that want to enjoy Monster Hunter Stories 2 to not really feel divided between like, oh, but there's all this cool stuff happening in Monster Hunter Rise, and you know, so I want to play Rise, but there's also this stuff happening in Stories 2. They're like, no, now is the time for Stories 2 during these next couple of months, and maybe after August we might get like some kind of update 4.0, which will bring with it 1 or 2 new monsters, but I'm not sure. This is all speculation. Each of these updates that I just mentioned is also going to bring with it more paid DLC, which is a little bit of a concern of mine because I feel like, and you know, I haven't really done like a hard comparison, but I feel like Monster Hunter Rise is getting more paid DLC than Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. But let me know how you guys feel about that in the comment section below. I'm not necessarily against it. Like, if anything, I want Capcom to have a big-ass budget for whatever they're working on when it comes to Monster Hunter. So it's not really a big deal for me, but there is a lot of paid DLC coming to this game. Again, I think it's more than in World, but, you know, it is what it is. It's not really going to push me away from the game at all. I still think that there's a bunch of content in there for people to enjoy, even though I've seen that some people have a different opinion. They feel that the game does not have enough content. Either way, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section down below. I'm going to be talking about all of this stuff in the Third Fleet podcast with Gaijin, probably going to go up tomorrow, I would expect. So you guys will hear more about it then. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy this video, hit the dislike button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.